Okay, today onwards we will starting advanced Python. That advanced Python first concept, OOPS concepts. OOPS means object oriented programming principles or concepts. OOPS concepts are certain rules to developing an applications. Developing an applications. OOPS concepts are certain rules to developing an applications. The OOPS concepts are like as a class, object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction. These four concepts are four pillars of object-oriented mechanism or OOPS concepts. Encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and data abstraction. Next one, we can developing any application according to these OOPS concepts. We will get some benefits. We will get some benefits in our application. The benefits of OOPS concepts are security, flexibility, and reusability. Security, flexibility, and reusability. Completed. Next one, any programming language which support OOPS concepts, the type of programming languages are called object-oriented programming languages. Example, C++, Java, Python, .NET languages. Any programming language which support OOPS concepts. The type of programming languages are called object-oriented programming languages. Completed. Next one, what is encapsulation? The concept of grouping or binding. The concept of grouping or binding related data members along with its related functionalities. The concept of grouping or binding related data members along with its related functionalities is known as a encapsulation. The wrapping up of data with operations. The wrapping up of data with operations is known as a encapsulation. Completed. Now observing very clearly, we can implement the encapsulation practically to required class. We can implement the encapsulation practically to required class. Okay. Next one, what is the class? Generally, a class is a blueprint or structure or logical entity. A class is a blueprint or structure or logical entity. Under the programming terminology, a class is a syntax or structure, comma, which is used to represent the related data members along with its related functionalities. In programming terminology, a class is a syntax structure which is used to represent the related data members along with its related functionalities. That means it is used to implement the encapsulation concept. Okay, observing very clearly. Previously, we were discussing core Python. In that core Python, some basic data structures we are discussing. In Python, every data type having one class. For suppose we can take it as integer, int class is there. We can take the string data type, str class is there. Simply observing very clearly help of str or type of str. Now class type, every data type having one class. For suppose I want to create my own class. In that situation, we are using the syntax class, class name, documentation string. This is optional. Data operations. Operations. Observing related data members or data both are same. That is a class syntax. Completed. Now observing very clearly. Okay, class name, attributes, and the behavior. In general scenario, we are calling as this is a structure. Okay, these attributes are nothing but a data members. Data members. This behavior is nothing but a operations. Operations are functionalities. Now observing very clear. For suppose I am taking as a class name is a student. What are the student attributes? For suppose student ID, student name. Next one, student address. Okay. Coming to the behavior or operations, student talk. Next one, walk or read. Okay, in our class, how to representing the data and how to representing the operations. In procedure-oriented mechanism, we can representing the data by using variables. In procedure-oriented mechanism, the variables can be categorized into three types, like as a local variables, global variables, and non-local variables. Here also, variables can be categorized into three types. Here we are calling as a static, non-static, and local. Next point, we can represent the data in class by using variables like as a static variables, non-static variables, local variables. We can represent the data in class by using variables static, non-static, local. We can represent the operations in class by using methods. By using methods. Okay, in procedure-oriented mechanism, we can representing the operations by using functions. Here we are calling as a methods. Okay, observing very clearly, class contains methods. Okay, str is a one built-in class. How to display all the list of methods? Simply we are using dir of str. Now these are all string class methods. Same, I want to create my own methods. How to create method? Where we can define the method inside the class or outside the class? Method. Function outside the class. Method inside the class. Next one, what is method? Okay, it is similar to function. A method is a syntax structure. Syntax structure, comma, which is used to represent the business logics. Represent the business logic to perform a single action or operation. A method is a syntax structure which is used to represent the business logics to perform a single action or operation. Or another definition, a method is a block of organized comma related code to perform a particular operation inside the class. Here also we can written within the class. Okay, outside the class, that is nothing but a function. Inside the class, that is nothing but a method. Okay, observing very clearly. Okay, help of str. Now observing very clearly, we can take any method. One common parameter we are observing. What is the common parameter? Self. Normal methods also. Okay. Okay. In Python, at the time of creating a method, to require one default parameter, the parameter is called self. But at the time of creating a function, don't require any default parameter. Okay, later we'll discussing what is self and why we need to take the self as a default parameter. Okay, what is the syntax of method? Okay, where we can define the method? Which one? Inside the class. First we need to take as a class name. Next one, some attributes we can defining. Next one, in Python, if you want to create a function or method by using one keyword, that keyword is called def keyword. Def method name. In Python, at the time of creating a method, every method take one default parameter. That parameter name is called self. Okay, here self is not a mandatory name. If you interest your name also, don't give any error messages. But later we will discussing why we need to take the self as a default parameter. This is the method syntax. Completed. Write a program to print hello world. To print hello world. Write a program to print hello world. Okay, previous classes we will discussing which one procedure oriented mechanism, that is similar to C language. Today onwards we will discussing object oriented mechanism. It is completely related to C++ and Java. Already we will discussing Python is a mixing of number of programming languages paradigms, like as a procedure oriented, object oriented, scripting and modular. Later we will discussing modular programming modules and packages. Write a program to print hello world. Simply take the class name I am taking as a hello. Next one, I want to print one message hello world. Okay. Okay, this is object oriented fashion. In object oriented, we can written any logic within the class only. Without class, that is a procedure oriented. Completed. Next, another example. I am taking as a one more class. Class name is Vishesh. That Vishesh class, I am print one message. Next one, I am defining one method. MSG. Default parameter is self print. Print good morning. Next one, print by. Completed. Now observing very clearly. I am trying to execute in this program. Our class is executed automatically. Control will go to the post statement. This is a class. Control will go to class body. Now this message is executed. Hi message is printed. Next one, control will go to this statement. This is a which statement? Method definition. Like it is similar to function definition. This is a method body. Okay, whenever control go to the method definition, then immediately control will go to outside the method definition, because method and functions are not executed automatically. Whenever we are calling a function or method, then only function or method is executed. Just here I am defining method and this is a method body. Okay, whenever method is executed, whenever we are calling a method, then only method logic is executed. Now control will go to where? Outside of the method definition. That means a good morning message is printed. Okay, after printing the good morning message, control will go to this one. Now this is a which statement outside the class. by statement is executed. Here we are defining a method, but we cannot call the method. That's why our method is not executed. The above example, our class is executed, but method is not executed. The above example, our class is executed successfully, but method is not executed. Next one, method is not executed. Method is not executed automatically, comma, whenever we are calling a method, then only method logic will be executed. Method is not executed automatically. Whenever we are calling a method, then only method logic will be executed. Method is not executed automatically. Whenever we are calling a method, then only method logic will be executed. Now observing very clearly, for suppose dir of str. Now these are all string class methods. For suppose I want to call upper method. How to call the upper method? Directly it is not possible. For suppose length function, min functions are available. If you interest, we can call length function directly. But this is a method. Method is not directly calling. How to call the method? With the help of object creation. Compulsory first we need to creating an object for this particular class. For suppose how to creating an object, now I'm taking as x equal to, we can take one str class data. For suppose I'm taking as a Shiva. Now this is a which data? String data. Now here I am creating a which object? String object. Next one, through that object x dot, simply we can call method. Okay. Same like as a, this is our user defined class. This is our user defined class. My user defined class, one method is there, that is a MSG method. Now I want to call that method. How to call that one? First we need to create this class object. Are you clear? Okay, method is not executed automatically. Whenever we are calling a method, then only method logic will be executed. How to call the method? With the help of object. If you want to call the method, first we need to creating an object. Okay. If we want to call the method, first we need to create an object to that particular class, okay. If we want to call the method, first we need to create an object to that class. Now observing very clearly, before we are going to creating an object, first we need to understanding what is object. In generally, the physical existence of a class. Generally, object is the physical existence of a class. In generally, object is the physical existence of a class. Coming to the programming terminology, object is a instance of a class, comma, which is used to allocate the memory space for non-static variables of a class. Non-static variables of a class. In programming terminology, object is a instance of a class which is used to allocate the memory space for non-static variables of a class. Non-static variables of a class. Okay, how to creating an object in Python? Simply reference variable equal to class name. Reference variable equal to class name. Reference variable equal to class name. Okay, don't confusing. For suppose here I am creating one object. Okay, now here x is also nothing but a one reference variable. Same like as a reference variable equal to class name. Next one, what is the reference variable? What is the reference variable?
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, after class name, you are using parentheses, but when you define, you just use only class name.
Yeah, at the time of creating a class, this here parentheses are not a mandatory. For suppose here I am taken as a parenthesis. Now our program successfully executed. But at the time of creating an object, compulsory parentheses are required.
Why, sir? What is the use of that?
It is object creation statement. Just we need to call the class. If you want to call anything, simply parentheses are required, either function calling or method calling.
Okay, but class is not a function, right, sir?
Yeah, how to creating an object with the help of this reference variable. Okay, without this calling, we cannot creating an object. For suppose observing very clearly, that is the syntax. We are following that syntax. W1 equal to I am taking as a Vishesh without parentheses. Next, observing very clearly, W1 dot MSG. Now self is missing. That means we cannot creating an object. Compulsory, if you want to creating an object, class name and parentheses are required. That is the syntax. We are following that syntax.
Okay, sir, I got it. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, here I am specifying that clearly syntax means these are all already predefined syntaxes. Compulsory, we are following the syntaxes. What is the reference variable? Okay, observing very clearly here I am creating the object statement. Don't taking any parentheses. Okay, that's why here we will get the one message, which is message function missing one required position argument self. Now I am taken as a parenthesis. Now what will be happen? Now it is executed. Okay, previously this is not an object creation statement. If you want to creating an object, compulsory at the time of creating an object, class name parentheses are required.
Yeah, got it, sir. Thanks for the
reference variable is a variable. The reference variable is a variable. Is similar to just one variable. The reference variable. Okay, why we are calling a reference? That variable to referencing to one object in the memory location. That's why we are calling as a reference variable. The reference variable is a variable which holds the hash code of that object. Hash code of that object. Hash code. Hash code of that object. That means whenever we are creating an object, whenever we are creating an object, internally our Python virtual machine takes that object address to generate the hash code with the help of underscore hash underscore method, comma, that hash code is passing to reference variable. The reference variable is a variable which holds the hash code of that object. That means whenever we are creating an object, internally our Python virtual machine takes that object address and to generating the hash code with the help of dunder hash method. That hash code is passing to reference variable. Hash code in the sense hexadecimal format address. Hexadecimal means starts with 0x. Whenever we are calling id function, internally that hash code is converting into decimal. We are getting the decimal format address. Next one, that reference variable. Through that reference variable, we can access static attributes, non-static attributes, and methods from outside of that class. Okay, through that reference variable, we can access static, non-static methods from outside of that class. Okay, later we will discussing variables. In that case, we will discussing static and non-static. Through that reference variable, we can access static attributes, non-static attributes, and methods from outside of that class. Next one, through that reference variable, we can add the non-static attributes to the object from outside of that class. Completed. Okay, today only your session up to 8 o'clock. Tomorrow same timing, 7 to 8:30. Okay, next class I am explaining one example with object creation.
Sir,
Yes.
the Python unit testing is class already done for us, sir.
Unit testing class.
Yes, sir, done, sir.
That is
Kajas
a,
are taken.
yeah, that is a workshop. 2 hours.
Workshop, like workshop, sir.
Yeah,
Additional topic. That is additional topic.
yeah, additional topic, but that is also very important as a developer or anywhere.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Which module you are discussing, unit test or Py testing?
Only unit testing started, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe next weekend or anything, we can take the session on the session, I think.
Yes, sir. Monday onward, Monday another class, sir. This Monday.
Yeah.
The same class and whatever class today is, you told no, sir.
Yeah.
That class name.
Yeah,
For
if you want
defining
to,
of
if you want to create a unit test cases, first we need to create one unit test case class. After
Okay,
that,
sir.
one, we can defining the unit test methods.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. That no, today only I understand that class, sir, because that class is not completed for us, no, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Today I clarified that doubts of unit testing.
Yeah, okay. Otherwise, at the end of your Python course, I am explaining again unit test and Py test. No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. That dog string also sir told, sir. Dog string.
Yeah, dog string is nothing but just like as a one comment. Already at the time of discussing functions, one
Okay, sir.
documentation string I am explaining. That is
Yes,
just
sir.
one user, just that is a one user friendly message.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay.